Okay. Good evening. Everyone had a good day? You're free to talk. You don't have to be silent. How's everybody doing? Good. Today was definitely a day for me, but we can get over that. Hello, Cat. You're here now. Cool. Yeah. Okay. What we got in here so far? I got Senna. Got Seraphim. See Natsumi. See you. All right. All right. So far, we have it. Should have enough people. Am I counting right? Yes. So we have enough people. So whoever wants to jump in first, Sen already got the first slot. Let's go. And one sec, I just want to make sure I have the proper stages shut off.
Zoo, you can go first. I click at the same time as you, but you can have it.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so let's go. All right. For those of you who have not seen anything in the server, I will be providing commentary. The rules are first to 3 in each round. You can ban whatever you want. The goal here is just to simply play the game, and we will see where you fall through the cracks. I'm not talking about character stuff either. I will not be delving into, oh, hey, you didn't play this character properly, or you didn't do this on this character. I'm more so looking for the decision making that you made here. So, right, here's our first picks. So we have Senna Natsumi, Hikari Lancelot, Rebler Joen, with Shadow and Ine. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Let's just for the sake of not having to move anything. Oh snap! What? Okay. All right, so that's my bad. I thought I turned that off. Completely unfortunate. That's on me. Thought those stages were all turned off, but it looks like I just turned them on. So I won't count this match, but we're just gonna play it out anyway. My apologies. Yeah, just box this. Just box it out. Like I said, my apologies. I thought selecting them turned them off. Selecting them just put them face forward. So that's totally on me. Okay. Might be. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, confirm. sec. Let's make sure I didn't leave anything. Sorry, we left the nursery because we do have to play that. All right, let's go again. Hopefully, I didn't fuck it up this time. There we go. Proper stages. Sorry about that. All right, trying this again. On proper stages. You can clearly tell I have never hosted it. I've only joined. All right. So my whole thing here is to highlight decision making. I'm already seeing a bad decision, but we're gonna play it out. All right, Seno Zakharova. He's played her a little in the past, but obviously character's buff now, so why not, right? Red Blur looking to touch the 2K. Reasonable decision, but he's not getting the hits he wants. He's actually just taking a lot of damage. HP already kind of like shifting to Seno Natsumi's favor. Other teams already close to burst. Joen has burst. Bursting immediately. Not a bad decision. There's a caveat to this, but keeping your burst in mind is the key here. Key here is for Redbird to decide who he wants to, if he wants to give this life. A little late for it, but he needs to give this life, or he wants to take first. Funny scramble here. All right, Natsumi going in F burst, and it looks like Red Blur is giving a life. So this is looking rough. 2.5k 2k is not a good cost, but he's already gotten put in a really bad position. He's bursting though. He's not gonna get another one though. So let's see how he swings with this. All right, super doesn't get cut. Okay, burst over. Like I said, he's not getting another one, but he's gonna try to swing this. That's good. Got the kill. But HPs are still looking. Actually, it's more even. Natsumi needs to chill. Here comes Senna trying to close this out, or swing this in his favor to stabilize. All right. He still got this burst left. Red Blur looking like the biggest win condition ever now. Oh, he didn't block the missiles. Joen looking to try to close this out on his end. Natsumi needs to be able to survive this. I wish I could see the map. Redbird using that to get out of there. He actually wound up getting another burst, so that's good for him. But no, we're just gonna bait that. And what happened here? He managed to dive Natsumi. Crazy. So good stuff to Red Blur. All right, don't start up yet. So, like I said, I'm not gonna go like super in depth on what's going here. I'm gonna like try to point out like a critical point, let's call it. And actually, it came down to the wire. But overall, there was someone else playing out of position a lot, and they got singled out, and that's what caused the big error here. And you got to remember, like, on your last life, You don't want to just give up like a lot of HP like that, or just throw away the game. All right, ready up. Next game. Like I said, somebody was definitely playing out of position there. Natsumi split off, and that got her tagged. One of Rebler's like really good traits is that he's really good at sniffing out like the win con. He's pretty locked in on exploiting the win con here. Unfortunately, Natsumi stepped out of position just long enough so he can exploit that. Now game 2. Let's go ahead and watch Natsumi this time. All right. We have a better, more stable comp this time. Natsumi on the 3K. So the main thing I'm looking for here is how she goes about distributing her team's HP. Because she is the 3K and that's her job. But unfortunately now she's just eating a lot of damage really early on. It's not the end of the world, but she can stabilize this. Good. So as a 3K in this position, you want to present yourself enough, but not be in crazy overextended ranges. They're playing double low cost, so you want to stick together. And I do see that she is splitting up a little more. Doesn't block that. Unfortunate. So Zoen went down. So they're still ahead, but Natsumi cannot take much damage here. All right. So now it's like she's going to take first. She needs to stabilize here by bursting. If you're gonna take first, you have to burst to get it out of the way. But will she do this? All right, Zoen, second burst. Rebler dies off in the background. We're still holding on to our burst here. Senna going for the burst, forcing some damage. Senna can actually just close this out right now. All right, now we got our burst. I like this. I like the defensive burst here. This is good stabilization. Blasting. Oh, 4 HP. All right, so the bursting was good. You actually stabilize it so much so that now, no matter who dies here, like I said, good stuff. Like, no matter who dies here, you're still like pretty set to win the game. I do think she held on for burst a little too long, but it worked out. All right. Not much to say, but I will say, Zoen, you got caught out so much and took a lot of unnecessary damage. Your character does play a bit closer, but sometimes you gotta know when to chill out and let your partner assist you in some type of way. Like, the idea for this low cost comp is to force trades, but you want to force trades and not take damage yourself too much. All right, game 3. Let's go. All right, do we see a difference in teams? Shadow's banned, Reki's banned. All right, same teams on their end. right, let's go ahead and watch Red Blur. All right. Oh, we're like way ahead, but this is a zone that Reki plays in, so this is not awful. Idea though is to force trades, so we need to be able to do that. Good damage on Natsumi. Overheat sending that was crazy. Okay, gets away from the barrages. He's looking for a chance. All right. Zhou bursting to give Reki a chance to maybe force some damage here. Rebel needs to stay pretty healthy and look for a good burst chance here. This whole match can swing with a really good burst. Will he get it though? Doesn't look like it. Zhou about to die. He's got to give it that life. Yep. Rebel backing off. He knew he had to give that life. Good stuff. All right, so this is looking rough. Rebler probably realized he's probably only gonna get one really good burst here, so he kind of has to hold on now. Not looking good. So Zhou, he's looking for. I see him look over there looking for like a nice little pick. The problem is that it is in fact Convallaria. It's Suzerain here. Pushing on here is really hard. Rebler dies here. We got 2 bursts. We got. All right. Now we're gonna send it. Who are we sending it on? Now we're just gonna die. The burst wasn't like super good. He really did not force an engagement to waste the burst, waste boost here. But can we salvage? All right, forcing damage on Senna. That's good. Good cleanup from Natsumi. All right, zombie mode. So Joe needs to actually start sending it right now. They had a lot of really, really bad tempo loss this game. It's pretty much over. All right, good stuff. By the way, in this the voice chat the one that's tied to this voice channel, let me know if you actually do want some advice later on. I will be doing a VOD review. I want to just keep a list of this so I can structure some stuff later. So basically what happened with that match is there was just a big inability to force damage, so they just kind of just got rolled. Bursting, you did the best you can with bursting, Rebler and Zhou. It was just ultimately you struggled to find a good place to either apply damage or to stabilize the whole game. They were playing very defensive characters, though, I will admit, though. It's really hard to push on Suzerain. It's really hard to push on Suzerain, and Zach just got a fastfall for a reason. But ultimately, that means you have to play a lot slower. You can't force damage if these characters are just waiting for you to just expend everything, overheat, and you just get double locked and die. You gotta play really slow. Both of you just got caught out there and just took a lot of unnecessary damage. First to 3. Was that not 3? 1, 2.
That was 3.
Yeah, that was 3. Yeah.
First 2-3.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
We lost the first.
You
one.
lost the first. Oh,
Yeah.
my apologies. It is first to 3.
Get it back in.
I got one.
You won
1v1 match. But
You won though. Yeah. That didn't count. Right. Might be.
That's not over yet.
Get back in. By the way, still posting that chat if you want advice later. I will be I will be keeping track of that.
I personally take any advice I can get.
Gotcha. I'll note that. All right. I got a little confused because of the funny 1v1 map earlier. All right, we got another Red Bull classic character, XL. All right. XL Ine, committed to the Ine. Send it on Zakharova, but let's watch Zola in here. Okay, we're putting up our funny buff. In case you didn't know, this buff adds extra shooting projectiles to all her shooting skills. It's pretty good, but they are physical ammunition, so gotta learn how to apply them. So I did give him advice to play a lot slower, because these are a lot of like really defensive characters. Okay, can we force damage here? Got a little bit. Good stuff. All right, Rebler already really close to his half. Okay. Minding another person, that's good. So, that's unfortunate. We blocked that super, okay. All right. Rebler dying in burst. Not the end of the world, but that's not what we want. Okay, so what do we got here? Looking for a kill on Natsumi. Looks away from Natsumi. Good block on Natsumi. Now she has install. Forces out the burst from Natsumi here. Dies. So this is still not the end of the world. We can set up a nice little double kill here. Can we get this double kill? And we do. That was a crazy scrap. That was actually an NA classic. So there was like a really big swing there right at the end. Rebler used that to close that out. That swing for them momentum was actually really huge because I was actually just commenting earlier. The death order was a little scuffed on their end. So now that set up a really good double kill. All right, 2-2. Let's go. Final game of this round. All right, no difference in bans. Actually, they've been banning fourth this whole time. They don't have to, but that's what they choose to ban. Okay, center on Cherub. So we're gonna swing back to center POV. Center on Cherub. Really strong all-around character. Very safe. Very unignorable presence. He's going with the 3K here because he probably feels like a lot of those matches were just a little unstable because for that. And let's see if that switches it. Ooh, we're just scrapping. All right, so we've already took trades are more or less okay, but they have definitely gotten really scrappy. Red Blur probably gonna burst. No, he's not. He's red HP. If he bursts here, that's a little crazy. Okay, he is crazy. All right, Natsumi bursting at really low HP. Center realizing this, just gonna get the life. Good stuff. Gets caught out. Okay, Red Blur down. Zoan. Good pressure. All right, we're bursting here. This is an interesting burst choice because he may not get another one. All right. All right, this can come down either way. All right, so no double kill for them. But Senna can still swing a double kill here. Senna can still swing a double kill here. But first we gotta protect our win con. Good slide. All right, got punished for that. Okay. This is actually coming down. Okay, spawning burst immediately. Okay, Rebel looking to close this out. Or just run away. Yeah, he's running away. Natsumi got caught out. Natsumi chased the health bar there. All right, that was 3-2. GG's. There was like two things that I'm a little interested in there. The decision at the very end where Natsumi kind of like just broke off. That was a throw there. But there was also a decision earlier when Senna did that burst. I think I understand it in retrospect because in order to keep this stable, that burst was needed to force damage, and that actually got them to the end game. So now that I think about that, that is, you're doing the best you can with that. But the decision there at the end for Natsumi, you did what we call chasing the health bars. You got a little greedy there. Like, I lagged on my target swap super. I think I saw when that happened. But yeah, chasing the health bars is very dangerous. Cause like, yeah, it's the win con, but that was also a bursted. That was a bursted XL. I don't think you want to chase that. I don't think you really want to chase that. If you played a little bit closer, you could play closer to the center, then he could have probably did a sub and get a 1 down to cut that before you died. But that's that. Like I said, there'll be an in-depth review later, probably like tomorrow. All right. Who do we have in the lobby now? Okay, so we have a bunch of people. So we can do a full shuffle. We can do a full swap here. All right. The whole lobby is full. You can't even leave. So I have to shuffle all. God damn it. Can I just can I move somebody over?
No, people have to manually just get in themselves.
Shit. Okay, yeah. Just try to trade him out, and I will. Somebody try to trade me out. Thank you. Please, Shenton Games, better lobby system for any, please. All right, we're good to go. All right, let's see our bands. Okay. So let's go ahead and watch Pokong. Okay. So 18, stable character, really good at playing safe. I mean, we could play again. Got it. All right, good stuff. Forcing some damage on air. Okay, CGI forcing a little bit of damage there on Seraphim. Seraphim actually taking a pretty decent amount so early on. He's close to his burst now, so that can be a big swing. All right, CGI bursting. Got the T5 super. Seraphim just eats it. All right, Seraphim just died. Probably looking for a burst. There it is. Now what does he do with this burst? Looks like he took a little damage already, which is not very good, but things happen. All right, Air goes down. Air hasn't bursted yet, but this is Angelus, so she likes to do this. She likes to save her burst for life 2, so she can pop with her super and get install back, so she can become a real character. All right, Pokong. Good burst there. Took a little damage. I think that's actually preventing him from getting another burst. So it's not actually over for Air and CGI. They can definitely get this double kill on Pokong, Pokong twice here. But can he get past Free Sarah from here? Good, forcing damage. All right, so CGI is his current win con, but we can't force this. Seraphim looking to close this out like right now, but doesn't look at Air and just gets blasted. All right. There was some good burst usages overall, but at the end, we chased the health bar. If you missed the explanation before, chasing a health bar is you're just desperate for a kill, either to make them force them to lose a life. Don't start up yet, or just force them to use a life or close out the game. But in doing that, you didn't look at the at the Angelus, ready to just blast you in the ass. All right, next game. Ready up. Okay, so we're actually gonna take a look at Air's point of view here. Air had a really good close out there. He saw, hey, this person wasn't looking at me, so I'm just gonna shoot them in the back. But now we're on Steel Island. Everyone's looking at everyone at any given point in time. So there is a lineup switch here. We got Pokong and Free Seraphim. All right, Air eating a lot of damage, but that's just kind of like the nature of Steel Island. This is actually a real test here of your positioning. No punish on the landing. I like the wall. All right, good stuff. CGI doing good. All right, now you're in install. You're a real character, but that install pop got punished. Oh my god, that Gerby. It almost hit. Pokemon playing with lag. I didn't even realize that the last time. Okay, CG got their burst out. Let's see what Air is trying to do here. Pokong bursting. All right, we're backing up. Got caught out. And burst is really scary. You don't want to like play too far ahead because someone could just run you down like really fast. Ah, the flip. The flip just kind of sealed this here. The flip. You also don't have a really safe position to whiff super here. We're just gonna throw it out. Anyone punishing? No. We let it rock. Free Seraphim coming back with a full burst. Whoa, that's super. Like CGI also has a burst here, but all right, we're gonna pop it now. Try to swing this. We can get a double kill on Pokong potentially, but now we're risking it. And we threw at the end. It was kind of a do or die, so I'm not even entirely against that that burst. The flip though is pretty much where it went down. Critical point there. That flip burst from Air. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? But Steel Island is a very tempestuous place here. It's really hard to position yourself. But you gotta remember, you don't have to do everything in your power to force damage at any given point in time. Which lasers beat holy lasers? Anyway, but yep, let's go. All right. Now that is a decision. We have willingly played 2.5 2K against double 2.5. Like I said, I am watching your decision making throughout all of these sets, and I will be calling out that this decision early on it wasn't good. Yo, what's up? What's up, Sick? I just now saw that. My bad. I'm the worst broadcaster ever. But back to the match. Let's watch Free Seraphim this time. Risky Guru will be there. Doesn't get punished. Good cleanup. Looking up by Pokong. Steps to dodge. Willingly engaging Palace. All right. So while 2.5 2K is a bad comp, at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter if you just like throw, right? And willingly engaging against Palace is a throw. All right. Pokon cleaned that up. Good, but we still both ate a lot of damage. Pokon has a burst. Palace also has a burst. CGI using theirs. Oh my lord! You need to get out of there. Back up, please. Okay. Good stuff from Pokon. Pokon's doing really good at like covering for some mistakes here. Good cut, but we didn't force any damage. Okay, so this is your last burst. Died in burst. Oof. Is it gonna end here? Pokon can't. I see where he's at. Forcing an engagement here against Palace. Okay, good closeout. That was a little risky. Okay, that was a little risky at the end there. I do like you close it out, but that could have swung a lot of different ways. I think the biggest decision here that kind of like led to like a decline was willingly engaging the Seraph. Not the Seraph, I'm sorry. They're getting the Palace here. Seraphim, you doing that was crazy. You were caught out a lot position-wise. Don't start yet, by the way. You were caught out a lot. Your positioning and decision to willingly engage the Palace. So you do have options to. You do have options. First of all, you got to play together because this is a lower cost. I don't feel Palace enough. Yes, actually, and also it's not even like a fear here because what Palace wants to do is to engage you. She's a melee character who can force damage out like really fast. Your overall objective, especially when you go into like a high cost, low cost, do not give them their win con. You engaging Palace was handing their win con on a platter. Pokon was doing a really good job of trying to clean it up, but there's only so much you can do when you are you're not like you said, you don't fear Palace enough, but you also like don't fear keeping your HP high. All right, next game. I do believe this is... Alright, so I do believe this is 1-1. Alright, oops, all 2.5Ks. Not bad. It's 2-1. Understood. So, double 2.5K? Ain't bad. I like that. Ron Stark of rugby. Let's see. This is 1. So that makes this game 3, 4. Let's watch CGI. CGI stepping away. Now we got our install. Install is really good at forcing damage and actually gives you a close range presence with those 1-down whips. All right, good use of the one hit of armor to disrespect that. But we turned our back on her and gave up a trade. Pokong, the healthiest out of everyone. Good Espers here. Not able to force any damage. Pokong eyeing him like a hawk. Alright, good stuff. Mixing up the landings there is not good, but that's fine. So air dies, but that's actually okay, because in a 2.5 double 2.5K cost, the death order matters a bit less. Oh, the dive kick comes in and we just let it happen. All right, so CGI has a win con here, so we don't want to just give it up, right? All right. I like the burst to prevent from overheat landing, so we don't get that punished. But we're still in really dire straits. Yeah, Pokemon just smelling blood in water. Misinput, lost the game. For it. So that match was the Steel Island Classic. It was just a slop fest. Not even saying you guys are playing sloppy. There was just a whole bunch of shit going on. It was scrambly. The big thing here was Pokong living. Pokong has like a good sense for that, it seems. Because like all of these games so far, he's just eyeing everyone like a hawk and knowing where to position himself. You can't play perfectly and you will get caught out, but that was really good. That's basically what like sealed that game for them, was knowing when to apply yourself, knowing when to back off, stabilize. Sometimes you just gotta let your partner take the life. I approve. So that was 3-1. Good stuff, good stuff. So we have 4 people here. Who else is left?
Hold on. 2-1. Wasn't it?
Was it 2-1? Someone to
I'm pretty sure it was 3-1.
It was give me 1 second.
Maybe
We can fix this.
Let me check.
We can look at the battle record. That's 1 game. Excuse me. 2, 3. No, y'all played 4. Wait, I played 4 games. It was 3-1.
All right.
All right. GG's. It's 3-1. I know I wasn't that far behind this time. Okay. Let's see who else is left in here. What do we have left? Pimento. We can get Pimento in here. Got Yaigaki, Sakuya, and Miyuna. Okay, let's try to get these 4 in here. I'm not. Somebody's gonna have to leave so we can shuffle around here. Yeah, so this is 4 we want: Sakuya, Loke, Miyuna. Got Pimento, Pokong, you back out so we can get you can get Yaigaki and Burstoro get in here. So CGI back out or whatever works. Yaigaki, you here? Okay, cool. All right, we have our players. Let's get in there. So we got Miyuna and Pimento versus Sakuya and Yaigaki. We're gonna watch Miyuna first because I'm fairly confident that it'll be a good example of being able to stabilize the game and make critical decisions. Something else we can show off. Okay, I like these teams. I like this team so far. Pimento hovering over Ine. Okay. Like I said, we're gonna watch Miyuna first. That's Loke. I don't even know if it's Loke or Loke. My apologies. I'm just gonna say Miyuna. So we're gonna be watching a 3K. The big boy on the team. This is the person who needs to make the decisions on how to spend life, or make like really snap on the fly decisions. So Yaigaki making his presence known, not like overextending. This is nice. Look, got caught out. Miyuna got caught out a little bit. Taking a little bit damage here is fine. Sakuya is exploding off screen right now. All right, Sakuya already at his burst. So he's bursting now. Get it out of the way. So what I want to see from Yaigaki here and Burstoro is the decision that comes with Sakuya taking first here. Because it's actually still really early and you're healthy. Unit partner HP more or less even. Gets clipped here. Pimento giving them the C burst, support burst. So if Miyuna solos he can force an engagement here and burst. Alright, now we got gets tagged from behind. Alright, this is looking a little rough now. Oh, that super hit! I like the no look too. That was sick. All right, Miyuna taking first, establishing the death order. He decided that he cannot give Pimento all the lives here. He needs to get all the HP back and destabilize that. Yeah, Yaigaki bursting, just low HP. Yeah, that was a critical point here. So now we're just gonna capitalize on that. Yep. Alright, good game. The biggest point here was a really good burst from Miyuna, but then there was also something else that happened. Sorry, yeah, by the way. Yaigaki, that burst was insane. Insane bad. That was crazy. It was a low HP burst and you just died immediately. So now you came back with no resources. Alright, yep, that's it. We can go. There was just those two critical points I needed to talk about. Miyuna doing what he needed to do to stabilize that, and that throw burst there. And just like that, the bird is now in jail. All right, so I got a little bit of time for that. The bird has been away for a while because like a lot of the people like either weren't playing much or they just completely dropped it. Despite what people say with this rework that she got, come on, man, she's still the biggest bird, man. This character is still doing a lot. All right, Sakuya and Yagaki running same team. Miyuna switching to Ryan because the biggest bird got put in the biggest locker. Femento still locking in Ine. Got it. So let's watch Yaigaki. And it's good that they're playing 3Ks because a lot of the important decision making becomes from playing 3Ks. I feel as when you're 3K. Because I've gone over this before. You are managing your team's HP. You make the decisions of whether or not you want to give your partner 3 or you have to take the first life. So good stuff, forcing a little bit of damage early on. So Yaigaki looks like he's understanding that he cannot let Ryan Evo get her Evos off. So forcing a little damage on her is good. All right, making his presence really well known. Getting hit, not too much. So he's still healthy. Good stuff. Forcing the damage out here. That combo whiffed? Why did that whiff? Chat, this character sucks. Alright, back to it. Oh, that combo whiffing was crazy. I don't think that... It wasn't like a cost here, but... Like, that wasn't that costing in the game, but... That's unfortunate. That was damage left off the table. Got hit this double lock. Sakuya burst. Oh my lord, he ate the super. Yagaki's still managing to die first, establishing a good death order. But will we go for an overcost? No. Alright, too late for that. But we can still get this kill like really quick and like stagger their deaths. Alright, cool. Now we can double lock the Rhine. Alright, game's still pretty even. Sakuya can die at like basically any shot though, so he has to be really careful. Just chill. Yaigaki, look, he's chasing the health bar. But he kind of has to. Okay. So Sakuya taking that life. Good stuff. HP is really good in their favor. Just don't. You still gotta let it chill. Yaigaki still has a lot of HP left. You gotta let him spend a little bit more. I like this burst because we can close this out with this. Oh no, the combo whiffed. Good stuff. So that is 1-1. It looked a little rough, but Sakia not dying too fast. He died when he was supposed to, and he was able to help clean up at the end there. All right, don't start yet. Biggest thing from I saw was Pimento got split up a bunch, and here's the thing: there's a lot of matchup play going on here. So Ryan, we all know terror in the mid game, but in the early game, he kind of just got like dogged on by Yaigaki because Raza was really good at that. So Yaigaki basically set the tone for the rest of that game by doing that. All right, we good. We can start up. We're at 1-1, right? Yes. What I do mean by setting the tone was that there's intentions here. And Yaigaki made his intentions known that Ryan is the biggest problem here. So we need to not allow Ryan to get started or put her at a like really bad disadvantage for when she does. Ryan taking first isn't awful, but you have to, as Ryan's partner, understand that he's kind of vulnerable at the beginning of the game, especially against like Raziel. So now we're gonna see a Ryan mirror because Yaigaki got his 3Ks banned. Yo, Yaigaki Sky Saber. Let's watch. Let's watch Pimento. So we were back on a lower cost point of view. Our idea is to stay a little bit safe, play a little bit slow at first, because we do want our Ryan to get their evos. Both 2.5K should be doing this. All right, Yaigaki playing up a bit, but he's confident that he can avoid things with Sky Saber, and he's doing a decent job. Good pawn for landing. HPs are stable enough. Both our Ryans got their Garrows. All right, looking good. So in a game like this, when everyone is actually like bothering to play a neutral game, the critical point is someone who makes the mistakes most, which is just something. This is the matter of having. Oh, or a lucky Garobi here. I was gonna say like someone makes a mistake or a freak accident happens. Getting FS by your partner is kind of whatever here. HPs are still similar enough. All right, we're playing slow. Both of these rounds should be like very well evoed. All right, Yaigaki trying to force some damage here. Look at that. Sky Saber is so good for that. This character's effed up. And that, it was a huge. Bursting here, low HP. All right. So we have another low HP burst. However, this could be the seal on the letter here, the envelope. All right, Sakia bursting, trying to get some damage out. However, he's not gonna get another one. He's definitely not getting another burst here, so a really early burst decision there could be the deciding factor. Muna died off screen. Good stuff from Yaigaki forcing this damage. So this is actually like really bad. Both of these characters can die like right now. But we're gonna try to rob them. Good, good super. They were not looking at you. We kind of even it up there, but Yagaki's still pretty healthy. Let's see what he can do with that. All right, Muna bursting. He calls it out. Good stuff. Crazy swings. That was some really crazy swings. It basically just came down to some like some last minute burst decisions. Cause Miyuna saving his burst for that point in time actually like clutched that for them. So good stuff on that. That was a really good burst decision earlier though. Yaigaki swinging that was huge. Just the execution after that, there was just a fumble in the macro there. So that should be 2-1. Got it. Next game. Next time I'll prepare a scoreboard. My apologies, but it is 2-1. Miyuna, Team Miyuna versus Team Sakuya, 2-1. So they understood that your Rhine isn't entirely vulnerable, but you kind of have to like play slow. And everyone played slow that last game. That was really good. They played slow. They waited for their Rhines to start showing that they got their Evos, and then you can play up a little. Uh-oh. Okay, so the idea... All right, we gotta watch Muna. We gotta watch Muna here. So the decision to play 3K 1.5 is not good. I know on paper this looks good, but here's the thing. The 3K does not want to team up with a 1.5. There's way too much. There's actually way too much like burden on them for that. But let's see what we can do. So we have the sniper here. We're gonna let her snipe. We're already getting these shots off. So of all the people that can play in NA, Miyuna is one that you don't want to play want him to play Snow Owl. So the goal here is to not die. The best way to not die is actually sit on Miyuna. That's crazy that I didn't hit. All right, Pimento's bursting. Muna's gonna hold his because of how Snow Owl functions. So Snow Owl gets an install for her super, and it makes her sniping like ultra cracked, but it has a longer timer on a full burst, specifically on a full burst. So he's waiting for that. So he's gonna die here, and he's gonna get that. Pimento died, coming back with full HP, but he's getting hit. He bursted, so he'll be getting another one of those. All right, Muna is sitting on a full burst here. Go on here, gets this safe. Bow. Good cut. All right, Saki is not leaving. He wasn't leaving. He was hounding him for a bit, but then just it stopped. I didn't catch what happened there. But now this is looking really bad because one effed up snipe and they lose. And this is Snow Owl. She can definitely do it. Playing it safe. Yaigaki, you madman! And that is exactly how I thought that was gonna play out. I would like to thank Yuna for playing that character because that's like that was like the one character that I was hoping that we can see that will teach you crisis control. And Pimento, I will say, that's not a really good like cost team. It worked out, but 3Ks generally don't want a team with like a 1.5. 1.5 is usually a team with either a 2K or a 2.5. But going forward, you can make a better decision about that. But back to the crisis control here. So Sakuya and Yaigaki, one of you needed to sit on Snow Owl, like for the entirety of the game. The reason why Snow Owl gets banned is because you might have like a freak that's really good on this character to grief you, and the best way to mitigate that is you sit on Snow Owl so that she does not get to play. If she's allowed to play, then what happened that match happens. Because there was just a lot of free damage just on the table. And also at the end, Yaigaki, you running in like that was pretty crazy. I was like, why is he there? Saki had a little more HP to play around with, but I wouldn't have thrown like that. But that is 3-1. And I think that's a full rotation. Because that's... Yep, that was round 3. Let me double check here. My notes. Yeah. Just gonna copy this here. So that was 3-1. Good stuff. We can actually get a fresh team in here. So I can call Senna back. All right, so Senna wanted to get in when he could, and there's not many free names here, so I'm gonna try my best to mix this up completely from the last time. The last time we had Senna. Oh, he's round 1. Senna, Natsume, Red Blood. So we got Senna. We can get Senna and CGI. You guys can go in. Oh, we got Agnes Digital here. So cool. So that's a fresh name. Sakuya, you can bow out if you can. No, there's no slot. Yeah, no, all good. So we can get Senna, Agnes Digital. Sakuya, you can bow out, and we can get... So what was it last time? Let's get Air. Air, you listening? Let's get Air in there. And hold on 1 second. Just gonna screenshot that. Yeah, this is good. Wait, no. I'm so sorry. CGI, my bad. I'm gonna swap you out. Let's get Seraphim. Thankfully I took notes in round 2. You were teamed up with Air in that, so we're not gonna run a repeat of that. So let's get free Seraphim because last time you teamed with Pokong, so that'll be good. Seraphim, you here? Cool.
Sorry, I had stepped away for like 5 seconds.
Oh, you're good. All right, we're ready. Air is not ready. My fault, OG.
Nah, you good. This game sucks.
Truth.
I gotta miss input.
Truth. So Senna on the Rhine, Agnes Digital on Krista. Okay. Both of these teams looking good. Also, the beloved chat, thanks you for following. I will be streaming again for the VOD review, just for in-depth analysis, questions, all that stuff. So let's watch Agnes. Agnes Digital, Digiton. So the main idea for this is actually not a bomb comp. So Krista is not a really good bomb. She can force damage, but she's not a very good bomb. She doesn't really want to. She doesn't want the attention on her at all. So the idea here is play a little slow, wait for our Rhine to get our evos, and then we can play the funny haha game. I like the awareness. Not overcommitting. No punish on that. Seraphim looking to jump Rhine. Good blocks. The swing missed, but it's okay. We traded. Good trade, I might add. Whoa, the snipe from downtown. Holy red lock extension. Oh, I don't think you wanted that. Yeah, you wanted a side BC, I think. All right, so Senna should have his. So no, wait. Oh, whoa, we're sending supers. You could have died for that. We didn't look at the gremlin. All right, overcost. We could have forced damage there, but we kind of like pussied out at the end. But that's okay. We still managed to get the kill. Ryan's still at 800 HP. Is pretty low. So this could be a chance for like you may need to take a life here, but we'll see how this plays out. Ooh. All right, that Garubi was crucial. All right, Air died there. All right, now he just has to give up this life. All right, we could expect a burst from Senna soon, actually, because yep, that was either defensive burst or we need to force some damage. Oh, that was clear. What a rob! That was actually looking pretty rough, but we hee hee ha ha to victory. That Garubi almost like sold it. So Agnes Digital ate a really crucial Garubi towards like the end there. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that for certain was like that was it. But there was a failure to get a double kill there. And it actually kind of like cost them that. But also Agnes is you're a swinger, man. I like the verse, but you should have died for a lot of those super attempts. The last one was a thing, but the first burst wasn't even like that bad. It's just you whipped super and you should have died for that. But all right, let's that's 1-0 next game. Okay, let's see the bands. Interesting choice there. They're running it back. Angelis Razio. All right, jumping in. So we watched Agnes. Let's watch a 3K. Let's watch. Where's my there we go. Thank you. Gonna watch V Seraphim on Razio. So earlier, Yaigaki showed us a really good idea of how to like prioritize Rhine, make sure that she doesn't get evos for free for some damage. Because your character can do that. Whoa. Swinging. Alright. Free Seraphim took a lot of damage. This is probably a decision you make right now where it's like, I'm going to probably take first. But we don't want to give up like HP here. Okay. Good punish. Oh, we tried to challenge that. We just took 700 to the mouth. HP's a little similar. I haven't seen a burst yet, and we died. Oh, speaking of that, Senna said, all right, time for the big boy pants, which I respect. All right, we have lost the chance at another burst. Ew. That was the most stabilizing super I've ever seen in my life, which is crazy to say, but supers are good in this game. All right, Seraphim looking like our win con here because 3K twice. Ryan still pretty healthy, so Agnes Digital can die here if he needs to, excuse me. And that's just what happens. Ryan, second burst. Yep. So that match was pretty much a roll, but that burst from Senna was like the most stabilizing burst I've ever seen in my goddamn life. It was really good. That basically just set the tone for the rest of the game. Like, sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes.
No, see, it actually, like, it was okay burst timing, but the problem was that Seraphim decided, like, after I bursted, he actually had burst, but what he did was that, like, instead of waiting for my burst to be over, he charged in and took, like, 1,000
damage
for no
from
reason.
Yeah.
That was, like, actually, like, completely consensual. Like, I could have, like, pushed on Angelus a little bit, but, like, he basically just, like, threw his life away for no reason.
Yep. Yep, that's pretty much all I had. We can go again. That is 2-0. I'm surprised to not see a Rhine band. So we watched Agnes Digital, we watched Free Seraphim. Alright, let's watch. We can watch Air on Cammy. Tell me why the fuck I decided to get hot Fritos in the fucking heat. Bruh. You deserved you consented to that. You deserve everything that just happened. That's happening to you, man. All right. Cammy, funny little mechanic with the rhythm game, builds her meter up for the. We just saw that from downtown and didn't do anything. Builds up a little HP. Not HP, the stealth field meter. And it goes up more with perfects. So this character can play really safe. She can send it really versatile, but she has really low red lock range. So it kind of makes her take a little bit of a risk. Okay, so oh my lord. We are not stopping the crystal chain here. So bad part here is that we consented to fighting the lower cost, which isn't bad, but we lost the trade. However, Seraphim on Frito just bullied the hell out of Ryan off screen. Son, this is a good point here. Okay, never mind. I was about to say this is a good time to start thinking about whether or not you want to spend your decision, but Seraphim died without bursting, so okay, cool. We got another burst here. We're gonna continue to send on a low cost. Okay. We feel comfortable that our Frito is doing well enough, and we just got hit by every BC. Huh. That super was crazy. Alright, this now got really bad. Agnes Digital died. Sun is by himself. He's probably gonna stay down here. And this burst usage was a little too early. And he doesn't get that little downtown snipe. Air? One thing. There was the idea to send it on the 2K constantly and when losing your ones was crazy. So the first engagement when you tried, you kind of got fucked up and lost a lot of like consensual damage there. At that point, you have to look at your HP, look at your partner's HP, and see. And you need to make another decision there, because you taking all that damage kind of like destabilize that a lot. You gotta remember you are 3K. If you're low cost, if you are planning to give your low cost 3, then they can take damage. But you cannot take that much damage, and you just kind of gave it up. Like, and that was pretty early on too. So you basically just kind of spiraled the rest of that game. And that was 3, right?
Yeah, that was 3.
That was 3. Cool. All right. Thank you so much. What time is this? In an hour and a half? Okay. Okay. We have a fresh rotation. Who can we get? So let's get Rebler, because he was out since the first round. Let's get Red Blur and Natsumi, because they were on opposite teams in their round. So let's get Red Blur and Natsumi, and we can get Pokong and Zoen, because they didn't pair up yet. Ain't pair up yet.
Natsumi's asking if they can play with
you know what? That's good. I'm sorry. So we're still gonna do we're gonna have Red Blur there, so still So we can have Natsumi and Doro Yaigaki. We can get Rebler and Pokong instead.
Rebler's eating.
Rebler's eating?
He's not gonna play.
Okay, so instead of that, let's get let's get Muna again. If Muna, you down, or somebody else who has not played again? It's getting harder to track. Nah. Okay, so yeah, Zoe and Pokemon didn't happen. So Pokemon try to oh, he's good? Muna's good?
Yeah, Muna's good.
Okay. Muna, Zoe, Natsumi, Doro.
Saki is asking to play since he's gonna leave soon.
Okay. If you're gonna leave soon, that team didn't happen. Yeah. So Zoen, swap out for Sakia. We're gonna swap that. And Zoen will get in the next round because I'll do at least one more rotation. Huh? This is consensual. All right. I mean, hey. I did say you can do whatever you want. So we got Suzuran Raziel versus Ryan Zakharova. Let's watch Suzuran since this character has not been on that much. So this is double 3K. Someone has to be the designated person to take first life. Likely that should be Raziel because she plays more up close. But everyone has eaten equal damage. This is already like insanely unstable and we're making it even more unstable. Okay. Ah. There isn't. I'm sorry for the lack of commentary. There isn't much to say. They both like ate shit really fast. So this match is all but over. Yep. All right, so I'm not even like too worried about the obvious here, which was double 3K. But when you have to like accept what comes with playing with double 3K. When you're playing double 3K, there has to be someone who's designated taking first life. That has to be decided from character select if you're going to consent to that. What that means is that one of you has to chill. Both of you cannot go in like that. Make your presence known, but you need to establish a good burst story there, because the first person who takes this life has to burst, so then they can get a second life and then a burst, and then the person who was playing back gets their burst. That's how that's supposed to go. But it just kind of like, you both just kind of presented your asses and died. Ignore last. Was that a mistake? No. All right, let's look at some more Ryan. Yagaki looking to repeat. Trying to force a little bit of damage, but not this time. Oh. So we're back to low HP situation for both squads. Excuse me, both 3Ks. Yagaki's sending his message there that he's going to take first, but Natsumi is also still really low, so it's still violently unstable. Alright. Natsumi being the win con, gonna get singled out. It's over. What the hell happened there? Okay, so from my point of view, what happened at the end there? Did that missile like cross her up, or did block go down? Don't start up, by the way. Like, was anyone else watching from the Ryan POV? That was crazy. That looked like that missile hitting. I did not expect to hit. But I mean, either way, there was more of a conscious decision for like health preservation there. It's just you guys just like ate too much damage. The AoE missile looked like, oh, it was the AoE missile. Okay. You guys are good. You guys are good. But yeah, there was better like thought process behind who's gonna die first and the HP preservation. I mean, sure, it fell apart, but I'm not exactly expecting you to just, oh, I'm gonna get it. Just keep this in mind, because you're gonna MM with these characters, and that's gonna happen. Like the biggest thing is, my biggest takeaway from all of these sessions is that I want some of y'all to get a better idea of who's gonna be the bigger, the adult here, and be like, all right, we need to do this to win, so I'm gonna do this. Run it till it works. Yeah, honestly, I'm not even mad. Like I just mentioned, it's gonna happen in MM. You want to be prepared for it. That's actually all well and good. It may even be a situation where you kind of get locked into double 3K in ranked because y'all ran triple 3K and got your low cost, man. Being an adult is hard. That is true. Playing 3K is hard. I don't. It blocked it from that angle, Sky Saber, the goddamn goat. I actually did not expect the 5VC to block there. That was good. So Sakuya took a lot of damage. Natsumi took a lot of damage. Sakuya and Yuna playing close. Not to play this close, but playing close is good. The thing is, like, you don't want to play too close because this little Garo merchant over there is looking to get like the biggest like lottery cash out of her life. Okay, Loke, Yuna staying down. Sakuya, you need to probably like burst here at some point because HP determines you are taking first. Right on cue. Alright, good, but your partner was there to clean that up. Not to me being adult. Not to me being adult. Okay, you didn't take any damage there. Sky Saber died first. That's our intended death order. Alright. But Muna is still healthy, so this is just gonna have to be the game plan. He's got a half, but you really can't afford to spend it. Unless he's just gonna straight up like close out the game. Yeah, we have now put ourselves in the corner. That's like unfortunate, and that actually just kind of like this kind of like doomed the game here. Yeah, you don't even need to do that. You could just do this because you could take a life. Like Muna could take a life. That's perfectly fine. Well, okay, Natsumi got away with her life. Oh, but she got... Oh, the rhyme bits. I'm not gonna lie, I never see those either, and I play the character. They just kind of work, and it just worked out. The critical error there was Natsumi's positioning towards like the middle half there. So there was a decision that they decided to make, and that was like run into gunfire like early. They didn't get hit at first, but then a bit later we put ourselves in the corner, and that spawned like the quintessential definition of L-lock. They were both on you. You putting yourself in a corner was crazy. Like, you gotta remember, your Sky Saber was coming back with a good amount of HP. You have to bail. Like, there are times where you still have to play within your red lock ranges to offer up a presence, but your presence there was just saying, I'm the win con. I'm the win con here. Even though you still had another life, I'm the win con. I'm just gonna give up this first life, and I'll come back like overcosted by 2.5k. But that's gonna do it. I do appreciate the double 3Ks, by the way, because that gives me something to say. Like, and I do understand the want to practice it. So, like I said you guys can do whatever you want. So there's no fault to y'all. You just gotta learn how to play it. Oh yeah, also, Suzerain is really good at downtown Garrows. I mean, like green lock Garrows. She's real, like, your presence is never not truly there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take it from like rifle, playing like a gremlin on that character. Like, even in green lock, you find somebody, you send the Garubi, And hers is really good at hitting. She has like one of the better Garobis to just send out like that. Okay, so that's 3. Ooh. Okay, Rebler, now are you ready? Are the Fritos still like bodying you? Sky Saber looks fun. Sky Saber is sick. Take it from me, a Sky Saber player. Let me try to get people. Red, are you good? Are you good to play? Well, I'll look for other people. You can decide that. Okay, so now we can get Pokong and CGI. We can get them. And Zhou Wen, I know I promised you next rotation. Yo, what are they be doing out there in the West Coast that makes you want to eat Fritos in the heat, man? Like flaming hot Fritos. What's wrong with you, man? So, like I said, CGI, Pokong. I saw these two. Who haven't I seen? Pimento. Yeah, we can get Zoe and Pimento. Zoe and Pimento, CGI, Pokon. That sound good? The room is. Oh, there's a slot, so somebody can. Yep, back out. Thank you. Pimento, are you good to go? Okay, cool. Zoe and Pimento. Sakuya, you were.
Pick Sakuya.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's figure it. There we go. All right, we're ready. Dude, this guy red blur, man. All I'm saying is you're a little late, a decade a little too late to be doing it for the Vine, man. Do people even do it for the gram anymore? What's the TikTok equivalent? You know what? Don't even tell me what the TikTok equivalent was. I don't want to know. I honestly would have enjoyed the idea of seeing double Ine. That would have been funny. All right, so CGI nameless. Our first nameless here. Pokong on beta. Yo, beta, Pokong. So far from the character choices, he's like, I'm keeping it simple and sweet. I've not seen an unstable pick. Your character, show your soul. And the soul of this guy's like, stability is key. And I respect it. So we're gonna watch Nameless here. This is our Barbatos Lupus Rex function that somehow managed to gaslight so many people into thinking that it is an ape suit. Barbatos Lupus Rex is not an ape suit, it is a shooting suit that's really good at maneuvering through double lock, mixing up landings, and forcing damage by shooting. The Judgment Cut's cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. So now I do say that, yeah, this is a shooting suit. And this is primarily how you like pilot it with movement. Melee is an option. It's not entirely off the table. But y'all just love that super armor. And I have killed so many of y'all for doing it. Alright, so while I was yapping, an unfortunate situation happened here. Beta got caught out and died. So now we can see CGI possibly using the neutral tools to stay alive. Because at this point, you want to either like make a big swing of force damage here or consent to giving your partner 3. So this is the first burst. All right, now we're bursting here. Nah, that's crazy. That's a burst. So Pimento's gonna chill. Doesn't want to take too much damage here. That is an adult thing to do. Cherub is generally like the chaperone. Because if things go south, it's like, oh well, I'm gonna be a soccer mom now. I'm here to go from the crowds and be like, you're doing great, sweetie. And that's exactly what Pimento intended to do. Got caught out though. So now we took second. This is bad because now you're your win con, but we can play safe. How will the other team capitalize off this, I wonder? Because the other team still has a... Oh, you veneered there. That's crazy. All right. CGI taking 9 life. But in this time, your partner can get double locked and die here. So you need to make your presence known ASAP. You got the HP. All right. Stability. Hopefully this is a stability burst to get out of there. And it looked like it was, but we saw a sub shot. Yeah, that's sub. The biggest thing there was the flip at the end from Pimento. Like, you were low HP, you were the win con. You kind of like, you veneered, and that definitely swung that really badly. Cause like you're already at a disadvantage, you have to let your partner do a bit more. CGI good stabilization there. Like, you didn't just run in and send it in turbo die. You died like pretty late, which allowed Pokong to kind of like clean up a lot of other stuff. Pokong on the Eyes of the Hawk there, that was pretty crazy. All right, 1-0 next game. All the dangerous movements I seen hang back with their one-shot downs and fans to like smell blood in the water. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're running it back. We're running it back. Oh, there it is. Double Ine. So their objective here is to obviously force trades. You want to do that by finding someone who looks really touchable and just exploit the ever-loving hell out of them. We're looking at one of these Ines. Gonna look at Zowen. Alright, we're getting caught out, but we're forcing damage. Remember, your HP, you have more HP than them. So get this, yeah, start forcing some damage. Kill them. I like how they're also just both using the other color. Couldn't punish Pokong there. It's okay. We got a nice little trade. Pokong exploded, so he has burst. It's M, so a low HP M burst isn't entirely off the table, but he already died. So now we should be seeing a burst from him soon. Oh right, Zoman does run C. So in this case, like, you probably shouldn't run C. Ooh, slam. Bursting there, it was a good burst time, but you got the hit, and confirming into that was like whatever. He was already dead. You could have like spent a little more boost and then burst later. That would have been way better. All right, forcing damage. We're trading. We're trading. CGI acting like HP does not matter. All right, so Pimento takes that. The burst there was, you could have just played your life there. Because then now you don't have, I mean, eating burst presence isn't great. Also, yo, S burst. Denoco? We're watching Denoco a little too much. Uh-oh. We're gonna get this punish? Alright. Alright, Pokong hanging back. CGI, decent amount of HP. We can force something here. Oh, bad. That's really bad. Quick, play neutral, like your life depended on it. Commentator's curse. I'm so sorry. So one thing I will say is the decision, the burst decisions. So double Ine, I wouldn't even say is necessarily bad. The issue is that Ine as a character, please don't start by the way. The issue with Ine is that her burst potential sucks, right? So when you have a C burst to give it to another Ine, what is she gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? At that point, you both should be running like offensive bursts to help you like force trades more. And it was all but over. And then CGI had a crazy lapse in judgment and said, I did not feel like winning here, and I just threw. That was crazy. I was mentioning this before, but you are playing a neutral heavy character who's really good at using movement to evade and take pot shots. Going in was your throw there, and that's actually the key point why you lost there. So what is this? 1-1? This is 1-1, correct? I can look at this real quick, right? Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, 1-1. Okay, ready up. That was a sick way to end. Kinda, yeah. See, like I was saying, Kanti Senpai, feeding S-Burst is good when the S-Burst character is that much of a threat where you can make it matter. Like her feeding S-Burst to, let's say, Rhine. Colossal. She also ensures Ryan gets multiple half bursts. Like I didn't say it was a good vision. It was a decision. Okay, let's watch Pokong. So the key here is to not get split up. Double low cost just wants to separate you and force trades. You counter this by playing together. And from what I can see here, that is not on the table. At least not yet. As we can see, we've already like consented to taking over almost 80% of our life. What was it, like 70%? All right, so we should have a burst. Okay. Good block. I received the ping. So one of the ENAs have died, and our 3K has died. All right. Embers on the Zoc. Okay. Oh, we ate that. We should be bursting soon. Well, eating that super actually like lost us our burst chance. So now we gotta hold on to this because you're only getting one. This is what we don't want. We didn't want to get separated like that. Oh my god. Hold on. That's crazy. They're just alternating ENA level 5 super T5 supers. Okay. Oh, everyone's bursting. Do we get a kill off this? We do. Thank you. Not thank you, Zakharova buff. You didn't need that, but it's like coming in so clutch. Alright, CGI needs to like run for their goddamn life. They took way too much HP in that scuffle. They could have saved their burst. Alright. It's looking dire. Death? Yep. Double Fox, too strong. Okay. If you're fighting against double low cost and you are not double low cost yourself, what you want to do is you want to play together. Because you just ate trades, and that's why you lost. You just ate trades. Well, they did their job as double low cost and just traded. Because you gotta remember, double 2.5k has way more HP than you. They don't even care which order they die. And separating is what got you killed. Because in the event that one of them jumps the other, you're close by. You're within your vedlock range. You can cut. CGI running out in the beginning and coming back with like 20% of their HP left. Yeah, there was more trades in the middle, but yeah, it wasn't even trading. You just gave up. You just gave up life. You just gave up the ass like a sprung. All right, that is 1-2 for in Zola and Pimentel favor. Next game. I think this next round will be the last rotation. Who's even left at this point? We'll figure it out. The birds. Remember, this exercise isn't about winning or losing. It isn't about like showing your skills. It's showing your consistency and showing you have the ability to say, hey, I'm an adult. Somebody has to do the right thing. We watched the win before. Let's watch Pimento. Pokong. Ooh, good slide under that, but that sub is cracked. That third shot will always get you, man. We're not paying attention to our ammo. Alright, Pimento already ate enough shit to burst. HP is a little low, but it's like, alright. I will say the decision for S-Burst on Ine, I'm not like sold on it. Like, it seems a little bit stronger after this rework, but it's like, it's playing to strengths that she doesn't have, I kind of feel. So we're just slopping it out here. We're just throwing fists. Okay, so CGI took that life, so now we have half life. Still pretty healthy because they're running 2.5 2K. Pimento is gonna burst here. I wonder if that's gonna cost it here. With super, I wonder if that's actually gonna cost them here. Unless he somehow gets another burst. I don't think that's on the table. Join down. Everyone's gonna last life. Okay, no. HP's looking stable. Just do not. Commentator's curse. Very, very sorry. CGI looking to make this HP look a lot more even. But we supered. That super could have been something else, and there it is. Yeah, I do agree. There was a lot of like we were chasing the wrong health bars here. Well, it's weird because the idea is that if you want to make your win con come to you, there is an idea to force damage on the other person and make them have to like play up more. That is a decision to make. The thing is that that's like a luxury afforded to people who are like above in the tempo here.
Okay, so like the big thing though is that like beta is really slow, so it's not like a question of, oh, like why are we looking at like the higher health person. Like beta does not have the mobility to decide which target she gets to shoot at.
Yep. Okay. Do we even have enough for another rotation here? Is Red Blur still dying? Okay. So we can get Red Blue. Not something already played. Someone played. Yagaki played. This Agnes hasn't gone twice. Okay, yeah. So let's get that. Oh, we get Motto on here. Cool. So we got a fresh face. Agnes hasn't gone twice. Okong, you're good. Who else has not gone twice? I think at this point everyone has gone twice, so we can. There's somebody else. There's somebody else here that I just said it. I just lost it. I'm so sorry. Motto's in. We can have Motto and center play. That's fine. Who's left? Natsumi. Okay. I mean, hell, at this point, whoever's oh, it's Agnes Digital. There we go. Agnes hasn't gone twice. Agnes, you good? Okay, so we get Agnes. All right, this will be our last rotation. I'm starting to feel it. I'm a little tired. Whatever you like. I love that. I love that that message because that winds up giving someone the impression that I can pick something crazy. Okay. I guess digital locking in the Krista, so by all logic, that means Red Blur has to pick Kage. Yep. By all normal logic, we could try to hee hee ha ha it up with like a really off low cost. Okay, never mind. I think there might be another rotation after this. All right, let's watch Shadow. On foot. So we're seeing some pretty decent trades here. Senna and Motto have taken considerably more damage here. Okay, we can get this is the burst. But sending this super. Alright, it's not gonna get caught. Okay, so if he landed that confirm and got a hit, I would have been like, okay. But that super hitting your damage potential. Pressing damage. Okay, so this is Motto's first burst. If he doesn't, ooh, that was huge. All right, HP management here, go. This is perfectly fine. Rebler needs to not be this close. Will Rebler be 3K twice? Yep. Rebler, you gotta relent sometimes, man. You gotta chill. Like, there's not even much to say. It's 3K twice. When there's a 3K twice, that means the error is clearly, like, obvious. You have to chill. You have to. I do understand like you felt like you would have like dodged it, but you have to pay. You have to treat your HP a lot more like respectful. Like you're just throwing it away, man. Shadow is good at dodging, but you can't dodge everything, and you're just gonna get hit. All right, we're letting Red Blur. So we're letting Red Blur play Tatiana. This is consent to bomb. He has a bomb on the back of his chest, on his back. Excuse me. Been a long day for me. So Senna on the Dark Star. The first time I seen him Dark Star all night, because I think he was getting banned all night. Like at least for the most part. Oh, he got blocked. That was just unfortunate. Weave is good for approaches, but you lose your ability to dodge, like your combos getting cut. Oh, that sucks. Awkward movement there. I wonder if it was a misinput or not, but okay, low HP. Wow, he died so fast he didn't even get a chance to burst. All right, Agnes still healthy, but we gotta let Rebirth do this. Ooh, that was a wasted burst. We can do something with this. Okay, force a little bit of damage on Motto, but Senna's still really healthy. There's all the shields. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, no, like Rhoda with that shield. Still got the hit off there. Agnes is still like dancing and healthy as hell. But this is your bomb's last life. Now you got to play up a little bit more. Motto can afford to take a life here. They need a swing. They need a swing. They need a really good swing here. Otherwise, they're just being out macroed from like the get-go here. Good burst. Give Motto closer to the second half. Okay, we got it. Like we got a super. Gonna force some damage here. I saw that. And that's it. That was a 2-0. The macro was just against him there. Like, they were playing so stably, they did what they needed to do, and you couldn't swing. You couldn't force damage. Rebler lost his burst chance on that first life, which is essential for the bomb strat to work. Everything just like the tech fell through in execution. Sometimes it's just like that. Like that match, like the Road to Darkstar match played out exactly like you usually see on like the high level players. Rhoda goes in, fucks shit up, burst die. Darkstar really healthy. And we're gonna run with it again. This is why this is the esports team, honestly. It's really good. And we're running the bomb again. It's not bad. Let's watch. Let's watch. Let's watch Agnes. First shield goes out. Forcing some damage on the 3k, which is always really good. So that was allowed to happen. Not the end of the world for Senna. We can still keep ourselves really healthy with this. Agnes playing a little bit further up now. Downed. Red Blur again not being able to get his first burst. If you're gonna get 3 lives, you need 3 bursts. You need to burst 3 times. Alright. Alright, big super. So a big difference from this last game is that Agnes played up a bit to try to support more, but he took too much damage. And now he is potentially a win con here. Oh, double kill. That was... Yeah, this is not the greatest. This is rough. Yep. We gotta burst 3 times as a bomb. Especially on a 2k bomb. Agnes, I saw you trying to play up a little bit more to try to like better support. Your positioning got you like tagged a lot, so you just kind of like forced damage. It was like a big contrast from before, where so like if you kind of like kept that from like the first game we played with Cherub and Red Blur bursted more, there would have been a lot more potential to swing that match into your favor. But Red Blur's not bursting enough. He's full bursting on second life, and that's like very whatever.
Well, as at first, if you have a rough first life, you're not going to be able to burst on your first life.
Yeah,
like that's kind of how it is.
It's just that like at that point you have to look at your HP and like at some point you gotta think about can I send this, because like there are a lot of situations where if you don't do enough damage, you're not gonna get your burst early enough, because that's also that calculation that goes into that. You burst if you take too much damage like really early on, then you kind of have to like play a little slower and don't just like constantly like send it to try to force damage to make that burst and then try to burst. You're just gonna spend more HP and die. Okay, so I know Pastel's one of them.
Yeah, he and Motto are gonna play.
So him and Motto can play. I think this actually will be the last rotation because it has been 2.5 hours. I'm a little tired. I had a long day. So we can get Motto, Pastel, and what's the team we can get? Miuna is still around.
I'm sure he is.
because we can get Miuna and someone else. Yeah, so Miuna, who has not played in a while. At this point, no. Seraphim, is Seraphim still here? We can get. Had that same happened actually? Hold on, let me check. I don't think it has. Yeah, I can. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Is the last rotation for real. So if you want to get in, you can get in. Oh, okay, so you want. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Seraphim, back up. We're gonna do. Natsumi can get in. Yeah, she was already in, so we can do that. Okay, okay. Natsumi. All right, we're good. What a team. I like you. Huh, none of these teams are particularly bad. I don't know if y'all agree with this, but Phoebe can be a really good bomb. Like, I believe in bomb Phoebe a little bit. Let's watch Miuno on this character. Of course, if you're bombing, you're probably gonna want like C. I'm just gonna see. Well, C can work, but like S. But M is still also really good. Like, this character's really good at burst. What the hell? All right, let's see if they're actually gonna go for like a bomb here, or just play a double runaway. Because both of these characters can do that. Like, Phoebe has a really good like red lock. She has 35 red lock, so she has way more time to react to somebody being in her range than most other characters. So it's like you have more than enough time to consent to giving up your HP. Unfortunate, you didn't see the funnel. All right, Natsumi just got mauled a little bit there. Oh, it got so that almost cost him. Now Mizuna's turn to eat damage. What happened? That was scrambly. And we died in burst. HP still. It still isn't like super critical here. Oh, we got the C to give him. Nice. Okay. We're stabilizing that burst decision. Natsumi look like she's about to die here. Yeah, look, Mina's just gonna give her a life. All right. Natsumi is just dying. She's getting caught out. Okay, so we're gonna burst. And this is our last burst. All right. Can we swing it with this burst though? Can we get a 3K twice? Wow. There was a swing there, and Motto lost all of the HP in the world. Like, he just died. Like, the first life was fine, and then you died. Well, the first life wasn't even fine. You died in burst there. You have to let your partner take a life. That's just the most we can say here, because that was double 3K. All right. That is 1-0 for Miyuna and Natsumi. We're good. All right, let's watch Motto. Okay, using CSA. That was a questionable decision. But we can stop it here. We could have stopped it there and had it just been like a bad micro and then adjust. Okay. But we generally don't want to send it on Caesaron with install. That's just like that's a throw. All right, we did not get our first burst chance. Like we said earlier, it gets rough. But okay, bursting early. Ah, that's unfortunate. Is that dodging the funnel? So was there a step in there? Engok. Okay, got a little damage on Muna. Still very healthy. All right, Pastels. Pastels has another life, so okay. Pastel takes the life. So we wanted to get another burst from this, so because I think Pascal's running C, so that works out for him. But we are not able to do anything with these bursts. So we made a critical error early on, and I was trying to send it on the Caesaron that has her install. I wouldn't do that ever, because that is her best state. She can, her defense is like so much better. Her output is that much more. You actually just don't want to be like near her when she does that. Like at all. But we continued to send it when she had a bubble, and that destabilized the HP like badly. Okay, next game. Wait, is that it? Actually, what was the score? I'm so sorry. That's I think that's 2-0. That was 2-0. I'll double check after this. If it was one extra game, that's fine. So sorry, I'm like very tired. It's 2-0. Thank you. Running it back. Let's look at pastels. Okay, cool. Good damage. Got your line of punish there. That was a bit of an overextension. Sometimes you just have to like not do too much. Model playing a little slower now. I got tagged by the Garubi. I don't think it full damaged it, so you got off lucky there. This game has a really weird like detection when it comes to Garubis. Sometimes you could just fall out of it and up 60 damage. Like thanks game. Okay, fishing for some Gyros. Pastels playing really good support here, but we just got our side BC landing punished. I don't even think I was overheat either. Uh-oh. Okay, so Motto has burst. His HP was too low. He lost a chance. The question is, will pastels burst? It's looking like a no. I don't think he should if he wants to play for the gimmick. Because if he wanted to... Actually, if he wanted to do that, he would have bursted a long time ago. Because then he can start regenerating the next burst. And then he can play it. But he waited too long. He has to hold it. Okay. Not able to... No! That was unfortunate. Okay. So now we're at 500 HP. We can do the funny gimmick. But they won't die. So we need to... Oh, that group... See, that's what I'm talking about. The weird-ass hit direction. He didn't aim it right, but stuff like that just happens with Garubis. Need to chill. Might as well, I guess now, huh? Overextended. Oh, that sucks. Motto, you gotta send it. All right. Realizing that we can't really exploit here. No, you veneered. So, besides the obvious outplay, I will say pastels, you your positioning wasn't awful, but your ability to mix up landings was not good enough. So you just like died a lot, and you just got sent on. All right, that's gonna call it. I would do more, but I am very tired. I appreciate everyone coming out. This is the first boot camp. Some people wanted to call it a boot camp. Growth lobby counts, kind of whatever, but we're doing what we can here. But thanks for showing up. I'll ask people in the chat just to like reply to something I said so I get a better idea for VOD review later. So then the VOD review will be more focused on like the macro. It's not the macro, the micro. So we can, because like there's a lot of fine tuning that you can do to help stabilize your macro. When did they park it in here? All right. Well, like I said, there'll be another stream. Thanks for showing up in the chat. I'm tired. I apologize if I fell off at the end there, because I am tired, but that's no excuse. Signing off. I'll catch you guys